Hello and welcome everyone. I am your mathematics companion Loknath Kundu. So today we are going to discuss about set theory. It is a very beautiful and basic concept, was developed by great mathematician Cantor. So what is set theory, right? To understand set theory, we will start with a easy example. Suppose we have a book shape like this. Okay, now it has two parts. One part name as M and another part name as P. So I will collect all mathematics books and keep them in the M part. Similarly, I will collect physics books and keep them in P part. So I have some well defined objects, that is mathematics books, which are kept in M part. So M part is the collection of mathematics books, right? So M is a collection. Similarly, a set is a collection of well defined objects like mathematics books. So formally, set is defined as a collection of well defined object, right? So as we discussed in the example, we see that M is the collection of mathematics books and P is the collection of physics books, right? Collection of mathematics books and P is the collection of physics books. So M or P are sets, right? As per our definition, M and P are sets because a set is a collection of well defined objects. Now we have the definition and we have an example also. Now how to write a set? First of all, a set always denoted by capital letters A, B, C and etc. Similarly, if A is a set, so A is a collection of objects. Those objects are known as elements of A. So, A is a collection of objects. Collection of well defined object. Right? These objects are usually known as elements. These objects are known as element. Sorry. Known as elements. Now suppose A is a set and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are the elements of A. Right? Elements of A. Then how will I write the set A? A set always write it as A then equals to the collection of 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5. These elements will be written in the inside the curly bracket, that is this thing, and now one after one and like this. Okay, so a set always write in this way. So one another example, suppose we want to collect all the vowels of English alphabet. Okay, so if we write down the set, suppose B is the set and B is the collection of English alphabet, then I have to write all the vowels inside this curly bracket, and the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. Fine. Now we know how to write a set, right? So there are two ways of writing a set. One is roster form, another is set builder form. Roster form, another is set builder form. Okay, now we will write this set S equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the both way. It is very easy. This form is known as roster form, whatever written in here. Okay, the roster form is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the set builder form is more compact. So we will write in this way. Yes, I will use one variable here I, where I is greater than 1 and less than equals to 5. Also I is an integer, right? This is set builder form. Fine. So till now what we study? We study, or whatever we learn is that what is set and few examples of set and how to write a set. Okay. Now suppose we have two sets, A and B, two sets. If we have two numbers 1 and 2, okay, then we can say which one is lesser, which one is greater than, right? 1 is less than equals to 2 or strictly less than 2. Similarly, can we say which one is bigger set, which one is smaller set? That is the concept of subset and superset. So what is subset? A is subset of B if every element X in A, or every element X of A will be an element of B also. If X is an element of A, then X is also an element of B. Now, if X is an element, suppose we have A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And B equals to 1, 2, 3. Now 1 is an element of B, 1 is an element of A also. 2 is an element of B, 2 is an element of B also. 2 is an element of B, 2 is an element of A also. 3 is an element of B and 3 is an element of A also. So by this definition, B is a subset of A, right? And we denoted it as B. Now one thing is that suppose A equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 1 is an element of A. Symbolically you will write it as 1 belongs to. pronounced as belongs to A. Okay. So if we rewrite the definition of subset, then we have given two sets A and B, B two sets. A is said to be subset of B if X belongs to A implies X belongs to B also, then A subset of B. This is the notation of subset. Okay. Now we already see an example, that is A is my 1 2 3 and B is my 1 2 3 4 5, right? So 1 belongs to A and 1 belongs to B, 1 belongs to 2 belongs to A and 2 belongs to B also, right? Two belongs to A, 2 belongs to B also. Similarly, 3 belongs to A, 3 belongs to B also. So A is a subset of B. So if we draw the picture like this, it is my B set. One, 2, 3. This is the 3 elements of B. Now this is my bigger set A. This is my 4, 5. Okay. So if this is my the bigger set. Bigger set is my B, smaller set is A, right? So we clearly see if A is subset of B, then A is fully contained in B. A is fully contained in B, but there exist some elements in A, in B that may not be an elements of A, right? Fine. So what is subset? We can have a picture now, clear picture. Now suppose we have two sets, right? A and B, and A is subset of B, then B is said to be the superset of A. B, then B is said to be the superset of A. right? Fine. So the same example, a equals to my 1 2 3 and b equals to 1 2 3 4 5, right? Now look, it is my a, that is 1, that is 2 and that is 3, and that is my bigger set, that is 4, that is 5. So superset always contain the subset. Superset always contain the subset, right? Fine. It is clear now. So is there any superset which contain any set that we imagine? Yes, the set is known as universal set. Universal set. A set which is superset of every set, superset of every set is known as universal set. Denoted by U. So if we have a set A, then A, and U is my universal set, then A is always subset of U. Okay, is it clear what is superset, what is subset, what is superset? Now it is clear. So if we have a set, then it has some elements, right? So if we have the number of elements, suppose this example, consider the example A, 1 2 3 4 5. How many elements you have? It is 5, right? 5 elements. We have exactly 5 elements. This number is known as the cardinality of a set. So what is cardinality? The number of elements of a set is known as the cardinality of a set. Cardinality of a set. The number of elements of a set is known as the cardinality of a set, right? So what is the cardinality of the set? 5. So how to write the cardinality, or how to denote? The cardinality of a set always denoted by this notation. A will be written inside these two straight line and then 5. So if B is a subset of A, then cardinality of B sorry then cardinality of B always less than cardinality of A. Now, if a set okay, if a set has no element, then the cardinality of the set is 0. The cardinality of the set is 0, right? And that set is said to be, and the set is known as null set, denoted by phi, known as null set, is known as null set, denoted by phi. This is important. So cardinality of phi is 0. So is phi subset of every set? Yes, phi is subset of every set, right? Think of it. It is very easy to visualize. How to visualize that? Suppose A is any set. This is my set A. As phi is no element, so I can't draw what is phi. Phi is empty, so I can't draw it. Okay, so phi, it has, as it has no element, so vacuously it is belongs to, it is a subset of every set, right? Okay, so right, if you don't understand anything, please comment and don't hesitate to ask me questions. Now the next thing is that Venn diagram. So we already see how to draw picture of a set, right? So every set concept or every set relationship can be represented by some diagrams. This concept was developed by English logician John Venn. Okay, that is why it is known as Venn diagram. So if we draw any picture of a set, that is a Venn diagram. Diagrams means this type of picture, circle or square. So any set A which is not a universal set, always draw like a circle. Okay, and the elements of the set will be denoted by points or cross, and the universal set is always draw by or represented by a square. So this is my universal set. U, and it is an arbitrary set. Okay, so Venn diagram is the recipe to represent a set by some diagrams. Any set relationships can be represented by this Venn diagram. Okay, so now it is clear what is Venn diagram. Okay, fine. Now the next thing is that we will define some operation on sets. Suppose we are given two sets A and B. A and B, B two sets. This is my given two sets. B two sets. So now we have the Venn diagram, right? So first see, draw two sets and they are contained in the universal set okay. This is my A, this is my B, and this is my universal set. Now union of two sets. A and B are two given sets, then union of the two sets A and B is denoted by union of the two set A and B is denoted by A union B. This is the pronounced as A union. This is union sign, okay? Union B, and it is the set defined as X, that X is either belongs to A or X belongs to B. So if we take that our very first example, A equals to 1 2 3 4 5 and B equals to another set A B C, okay. Now what is A union B here? So A union B, according to the definition, X belongs to A or X belongs to B. So 1 belongs to A, so is belongs, because X belongs to A, then it is belongs to A union B, okay. So 1, similarly 2, similarly 3, similarly 4, similarly 5. Similarly A belongs to B, so as A belongs to B, then it is also an element of A union B. So A, B, C. So A union B is the set that contain all the elements of A and B together. So in the Venn diagram, this is me B and this is my A. So what is A union B? The total area, right? Right. So this is my A union B. The next thing is a intersection. Suppose we are given two sets, yes, A and B, two sets, B two sets. Then like that, the picture, this is my A, this is my B, and this is my universal set U. And my example is 1 2 3 4 5, B equals to 5 4 5 6. Okay, now two sets. Then A intersection B is a set that is defined as intersection. The same, this symbol is the symbol of intersection. So intersection B is defined as those elements X which belongs to A and also in B. So now from this example we see A intersection B, we have to choose those example which belongs to A and B both. So 4 4 5 5 4 4 5 5, this is my intersection set. Now this A is belongs to A and B both, so this is my A intersection B. Fine. So if now suppose A equals to my 1 2 3 and B equals to my UV. So what is A intersection B now? There are no common points, right? Then intersection B is cardinality 0, and we know the cardinality 0 set is known as phi, denoted by phi set, null set. Okay, fine. The next operation is complement. What? Set minus operation in set minus. So A minus B is the set defined as those element X which are belongs to A but X does not belongs to B. So if we have the example, previous example like this, so A equals to my 1 2 3 4 5 and B equals to my 4 5 6, then what is A minus B? X, that is X belongs to A but X does not belongs to B. 1 belongs to X but 1 does not belongs to B. So 1 2 belongs to A, 2 does not belongs to B. 2 3 similarly, but 4 belongs to A, 4 belongs to B, not 4 5 same. So this is the my set. Okay, so if we look carefully, then A minus B always subset of A, right? Fine. Now what is complement? Complement of a set. Complement of a set. Complement of a set. So let A be a given set. Then A complement is defined as A and superscript C means A complement. Okay, A complement is defined as universal set minus A. So first minus set. Okay, A minus B. So minus set in diagram, which will write here. So A B, this is my B, this is my A, this is my universal set. Then A minus B is the portion like that, because this element belongs to A but not in B. We don't take those elements, right? The intersection element. This is my A minus B, and the complement is this is my A set, then U minus A. U is my this set, so A is my this set, so U minus A is my this part, right? This is my U minus A set, that is my A complement. This is A complement. So if we look carefully, A union A complement always give me universal set, right? Fine. The next operation is Cartesian product. Cartesian product. So suppose we have given two sets A and B, given two sets. Right. So how to define the Cartesian product? A cross B is the Cartesian product, and it is the set defined as A comma B, where A belongs to A and B belongs to B. Fine. Now if you do one example, then it will be more clear. Suppose A equals to my set 1, 2, 3, and B equals to my A, B. Then A cross B equals to my 1 comma A, 2 comma A, 3 comma A, right? Similarly 1 comma B, 2 comma B, 3 comma B. Fine. Okay, can you say me what is this way of writing known as of a set? It is roster form, right? We express the A cross B set in roster form. So now it is clear what is Cartesian product. Okay. We will stop after doing one exercise, and then next class I will define what is infinite set, what is finite set, construction of real number, sorry, and few exercises. The first exercise from the book, collection of those months of a year whose names are start with the letter J. Names start with the letter J. So is this well defined collection of objects? Yes, I have defined the objects like that, those months whose names are start with the letter J. So it is a well defined collection. So it is a set. That's the collection is a set. The collection is a set. Fine. Okay. So now I am going to stop here. Thank you. I am waiting for your comments and your questions. I will be happy to assist you. Thank you very much.